Hello and welcome to my latest weekly video news from Madison's. Well, of course, the general election is now done. We're moving on, and what is it all looking like for the market? Well, Rightmove came out with their latest house price index data, and really interesting to see that asking prices actually dipped below average for the first time against the 20-year average in July by 0.4%. Typically, they always drop in July. You're coming into the summer. You tend not to have quite so much heat around the market. So typically they're down 0.2%, so a double drop overall. And Rightmove showing that those properties that move fast, those ones that are realistically priced, those sellers who are keen to make an inroad into their property move, not delay things anymore, and just press on, because it's been a year of distractions, really, especially recently with the football and the general election. And now coming into the summer, there's going to be more distraction in the form of the Olympics. And of course, the summer holidays always wind down a bit. So those sellers that show that they are very realistic on their price, making great inroads in getting their properties sold. And we are absolutely witnessing that, definitely. Those aspirational sellers who start with a price that is more driven by what they feel they need to achieve rather than necessarily what the market is worth, they are the ones that hang around for a lot longer. It's worth remembering that an asking price isn't necessarily a value from an agent. We'll often give a lot of thought on what we think the price is, and we come up against seller objections, their own perceptions on what they think their property is worth, a figure they'd like to try at, which makes their move viable. So all sorts of things. Just an aspirational starting point, really, and the conversation flows from there. Never ignore what your buyers are telling you. You'll either be having low viewing levels or viewings that aren't converting into offers or low offers. One of those things, your price is out. So if you want to get serious, this market is showing that if you are realistic, you will sell your property, no problem at all. Transactions are 15% up when compared to this time last year. So there's lots and lots of buyers out there. And Rightmove's house price index supports that, shows that buyer activity is higher. So there are lots of buyers very keen to press on with their move. And that certainty expected to continue into the summer and autumn market. Labour have come up very quick about their house building plans. And of course, there'll be more certainty and calm now that we've got a definite government in. If base rate drops a bit, then that will all flow through and the market should be quite strong. So watch this space. Of course, mortgages where it needs to really affect. The margins that those lenders work on are so fine now. But if you look back at the highest 5-year fixed rate over recent times, that was in July of last year. It's set at 6.11% compared to June 2021 when it was at the lowest. 2.51% was the average then. It's now sitting at about 4.97. So definitely cheaper. But if bank base rate shifts a little bit, then it will come down a little bit further. And that will only reignite the market a little bit more. So let's wait and see what happens. Well, I've been talking a lot about Labour's pledge to build 1.5 million new properties. And Knight Frank went out with research to ask house builders what they wanted to see most importantly addressed across the house building landscape. Interestingly, 80% were in favour of a Labour government, which is obviously pretty huge. The number one thing they would like is to reinstate local housing targets, closely followed by an increased funding for planning departments and to bring back 5-year land supply test for all councils. This chart here that you're seeing on the screen at the moment shows you all those different areas that they are very keen that Labour address, few of which were not mentioned in Rachel Reeves' initial speech. So she needs to have a look at this and follow what the mood of the country is all about. Well, it was a great weekend of sport in Tunbridge Wells. I went down and enjoyed the Wimbledon final. Of course, there was lots going on for the Euros. Sadly, haven't won again. One day in my lifetime, England football team will hold a trophy in their hands. That would be nice. But so much going on. Obviously, a lot of families pushing into summer holidays now. I'm about to go off on my summer holidays, so you'll have a 2-week break from me, and I'll be back at the beginning of August, hopefully to a relatively quiet market before it heats up before the autumn. If you are thinking, though, that you would like a great lock up and leave to get away and enjoy holiday yourself, then I've got 2 fabulous high-end apartments for you. The first one here in Swaylands, which is just outside Penshurst. It's a stunning building, and this is a really spacious apartment. 3 bedrooms, beautiful big dining kitchen, lovely reception room, balcony with far-reaching views. It is stunning. No chain for that one, and on at a guide of 1.1 million. And this other one in Tunbridge Wells itself, the old hospital site, the Royal Wells Park. So a really prestigious development, very close to all the shops, etc. And another great size, 3 bedrooms, great balcony, beautifully presented. So many things in common, these 2 properties, and that one on at a guide of 1 million. Both proving quite popular, but if you would like to have a look at them, do give us a call. I hope you have a great start to your summer holidays when you get there, and I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.